Mr. Mayor, good to have you back.
It's great to be with you.
I guess the obvious question is whether or not the price action and these multi-month lows does something to change your strategy regarding crypto.
Not at all, for a variety of reasons. The first is when you look at crypto as a function of pricing against the U.S. dollar, you're still getting 40,000 U.S. dollars to buy one Bitcoin, which is the market's way of telling us that they have a lot of confidence in the Bitcoin network. Number two, when you look at the year-over-year performance, I think it was up in 2021 over 100%. So, I'm not day trading Bitcoin, so I'm not really worried too much about the day-to-day price fluctuations. I'm more focused on the fundamentals and how it can change and reorder our society going forward.
Right. I do wonder, there's plenty of use cases and arguments to be long crypto in general, but do you believe that the argument that it's an inflation hedge has taken a hit?
It remains to be seen. I think it's a little too soon to make that determination. I think it was definitely an inflation hedge, and I think it should continue to be an inflation hedge. When you consider not just the fact that it's an inflation hedge, but the fact that there's so much money in the market, generally speaking, because the U.S. government is printing money, and because the fact that the Bitcoin is sort of the antithesis of what the Fed and federal governments do across the world by printing money to either deal with pandemics or to deal with other kinds or just bad policy. So it remains to be seen whether this is something short-term, a short-term sell-off, or whether this is going to be something that's more sustained and fundamental.
Right. As far as the effort that not just Miami, but lots of cities are doing to attract crypto talent, you've got Miami Coin going on, the public investment in making the industry work. Are you beginning to game out what you do if prices really fall in a serious and long-term way?
Not really, because when you think about what's happened in the last year, we've got FTX that paid $200 million to rename the arena here in Dade County. That resulted in a gunfire reduction program. That money, my understanding, was paid up front, and so we had a historically low homicide rate, in part as a result of programming some of those funds to directly deal with those issues. Secondly, we have a tremendous amount of jobs that have been created in the last year alone, just from some of these, some of these exchanges like eToro, blockchain.com, and others coming down here, and also crypto funds coming down here. So this has been an economic boom for the city, a job creator, separate and apart from the fundamental analysis of the values of these coins. From my perspective, this is like the second inning of a 9-inning game, and so it remains to be seen what kind of widespread adoption crypto will have, but it doesn't bother me that it's that it's experiencing some declines right now.
Mayor, I just want to dig into, you talked about Bitcoin, and certainly you're not a day trader, but whether it is Bitcoin or some of the other assets that the city holds in crypto, whether it's Miami Coin specifically, just given the fact that we have seen this recent downdraft in this asset class, are you realizing losses on the balance sheet right now, or is this still a revenue generator for you?
It's completely a revenue generator. It's not on our balance sheet. This is a collaborative project that we did with an organization called Ccoin. And essentially what happens is, as the Miami coin is mined, it creates a benefit for the city. So this is not a balance sheet item at this particular moment. This is something that's just completely beneficial. And it's generated close to $25–30 million of funds in just less than 6 months. And what we're doing with that is we're staking it, meaning we're essentially lending it out. And 10% of the yield of that transaction is going to be paid out to all of our residents in Bitcoin. So this is a complete benefit, no detriment, no risk to the city.